is the Texaco Star Academic Challenge, top flight competition between teams from Houston-area high schools. Now, here's the man with the questions, Chip Beal.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. 87 high school teams in the greater Houston area have entered this competition. And on today's show, it's Westfield from the Spring Independent School District taking on Klein High School. Good luck to both teams. We're going to get into the warm-up round. First, we'll remind you of a number of sounds you'll be hearing throughout the course of this competition. This tone indicates correct response. This unpleasant discordancy, incorrect response. And this tone, the end of each quarter. The warm-up round is upon us. Good luck to both schools. Your first question is worth 5 points. Stonewall Jackson's, Robert E. Lee's, and Martin Luther King's birthdays are observed in which month?
Klein, Mike.
January? January, sure. And that's a quick start for Klein. A 10-pointer. Which Russian leader was the instigator of the Great Purge?
Westfield, Matt.
Joseph Stalin.
Joseph Stalin it was, and Westfield strikes. For 5 points, in parliamentary procedure, which officer's duties include handling correspondence and keeping the minutes of the...
Klein, Mike.
Secretary.
The secretary, that is correct. For 5. Here's a 10-pointer. Name David Mamet's 1984 Pulitzer Prize-winning play about the savagely competitive world of a Chicago real estate office. It was made into a 1992 motion picture starring Jack Lemmon. That's Glengarry Glen Ross. For 5 points, I have a visual question for your consideration, so focus your attention on the monitor here in the studio of Houston's 2. Wrote Kipling, it was the ivory gate through which all good dreams come true. It seemed the embodiment of all things pure, all things holy, and all things unhappy.
Klein, Neil.
The Taj Mahal.
That's the structure in Agra, India. Right. For 5 points, in what country is the Chamonix Valley located?
Klein, Kerry.
Saudi Arabia.
Not Saudi Arabia. Chamonix, Westfield.
Westfield, Michael.
Egypt.
No, it's in France. For 5 points, the following historical reminder by Donald Richter is a takeoff on what cliche? Always put Horace before Descartes.
Klein, Mike.
Putting the horse before the cart.
Put the horse before the cart is right. For 5. A 10-pointer, multiple choice, of Maldives, Samoa, French Guiana, Sardinia, and Falklands. Which is a self-governing independent republic?
Klein, Kerry.
Sardinia.
Not Sardinia. Westfield, is it Maldives, Samoa, French Guiana, Sardinia, or the Falklands?
Westfield, Tres.
Sardinia.
No, that's still incorrect. It's the Maldives. For 5 points, which of the following, or rather, which of the 12 months was named after a goddess?
Westfield, Michael.
February.
Not February.
Klein, James.
January.
No, it was... January was named after Janus, a god, but June was named after Juno, a goddess. 5-point music question. In this song, the singers go over 2 things. What are those 2 things? Let's see.
Klein, Kerry.
Over here, over there.
No.
Westfield, Matt.
Over hill, over dale.
Hill and Dale, right. The caissons go rolling along. A 10-point question. Medical historians believe that it was probably the care of his doctors rather than the bullet of his assassin that killed this U.S. president.
Westfield, Michael.
Lincoln.
No. The doctors probed his wound with fingers and instruments that had not been sterilized.
Klein, Mike.
Garfield.
Garfield was the name of that president, right. For 10 points, during which Whoops. I'm not supposed to read this one. I'm supposed to let our celebrity questioner read it, so look at your screen. Take it away.
Hi, I'm Officer Ken Weiner with the Houston Police Department, and I also do Two Catch a Crook for Channel 2, and I'm here today to ask you a question about law. During which decade did AT&T announce that 911 would be the standard emergency phone number?
Klein Mike.
The 1970s.
It was not the 70s.
Westfield Matt.
1980s?
No, it was the 1960s. 1968, believe it or not. For 10 points, the otoscope is used to examine what part of a patient?
Klein Neil.
The ear.
Ear is correct for 10 points. A 5-pointer. This was a large, independent, and powerful European kingdom until the early 14th century. When it was conquered by the Ottoman Turks, it remained under Turkish rule until the late 15th century, when it became part of the Austrian Empire.
Klein James.
Holy Roman Empire.
No, I'll go on for Westfield. After World War I, the country lost about 2/3 of its land, but regained its independence. Can you name it? Hungary is the answer. For 10 points, an art question. What medieval legend is illustrated by this 15th century painting by Bernardo?
Klein Neil.
St. George and the Dragon.
St. George and the Dragon is right for 10 points. Here's a 5-pointer. The first transcontinental communication system of which type met in Utah in 1861?
Westfield Trez.
Railroad.
Well, that's not a communication system.
Klein Mike.
Telegraph.
Telegraph is right for 5 points. That's the end of the round. We'll be back to meet the contestants and resume play in the bonus round after you watch this. We're glad you've stayed with us for more questions and answers on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Our current score, 15 for Westfield, 55 for Klein. We'll take a break now and meet our contestants before we resume play. First of all, from the Spring ISD, this all-senior team from Westfield High School. Meet Captain Mike Franklin, a member of the Big Red Marching Band. What instrument, Matt?
French horn.
The French horn. Okay, he's interested in military history and in creative writing. Next to him is Trez Jones. Trez is an Eagle Scout and a National Merit Commended student. Then Michael Munson, a varsity baseball team member, plays what position?
Center field.
Center field, okay. National Merit semifinalist and president of the National Honor Society. And Scott Everett is a member of the Honor Society and a National Merit Commended student. Their alternates are Katie Slater and Kelly Polk. Their sponsor, Lynn Greer. That's the team from Westfield High. Their opponents, Klein High School. The captain is Mike Shopoff, a senior, a National Merit semifinalist, plays bass trombone and is a drill instructor in the band. Next to him is James Moon, a senior, member of the National Spanish Honor Society, vice president of the Spanish Club, and a 2-year letterman in cross country. Neil Anala is next. He is a National Merit semifinalist. He's a senior, president of the Computer Club, vice president of Mu Alpha Theta, and plays what in the orchestra?
Violin.
Violin, okay. And then Carrie Lasher is UIL state competitor in number sense and mathematics and vice president of Mu Alpha Theta. Their alternates are Adam Marshall and Chinny Pocola. Their coach, Don Robinson. That's the team from Klein High School. Now let me introduce the judges for today's competition. They are Professor Tom Hudson, University of Houston's Department of Physics, and Mike Mastandria, who is the president of Score Unlimited. Their decisions will be final. All right, bonus round time, contestants, and fill in the blank is your first bonus subject. You know how it works, so we'll get right into it with this 5-point toss-up. Let me start this one over. Copper and silver are excellent ones. So are Zubin Mehta, Seiji...
Klein Neil.
Conductors.
Seiji Ozawa and James Levine. We're talking about conductors. Okay, Klein, fill in the blank. For 5 points, the crucial importance of the invention of the mechanical blank was due not so much to its accuracy, great as this became, as to its dependence on a periodic instead of a continuous process.
Clock.
Clock is right. For 10 points, Dwight D. Eisenhower was asked in 1961 if he'd made any blunders during his administration. He replied, yes, 2. And they're both sitting on the blank.
Supreme Court.
Supreme Court.
That is correct. Assist from Carrie on that one for 15 points. Queen Anne had Blenheim Palace built for the first Duke of blank.
Wellington.
No, that's an intelligent guess, but it was the first Duke of... You know, Matt?
Marlborough.
Marlborough would have been right. Okay. Well, maybe you'll get this next bonus, Westfield. Who knows? Math is the subject of the bonus, and the subject of the toss-up is literature for 10 points. The book memorizers weren't at all certain what they carried in their heads might make every future dawn brighter.
Klein, Neal.
Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury.
That's the answer. We needed both book and title for 10 points. And Klein looking to increase their lead on math. We give you 5 seconds to work out the 5-pointer, 10 seconds on the 10-pointer, and so forth. For 5 points, what is the simplified form of the square root of 72? You have 5 seconds.
6 square roots of 2.
Is right. For 10 points, what positive number is the smallest one-digit even cube of an integer?
8.
You have 10 seconds.
8.
8.
8 is correct. For 15 points, find the antiderivative of 4x to the 4th power plus 8. You have 15 seconds.
4 fifths x to the 5th plus 8x plus 8. 4 fifths x to
4/5 x to the 5th plus 8x plus c.
Is right for 15 points. For 20 points and a total of 50, the formula for finding the volume of a sphere is V equals 4/3 pi r cubed. What is the formula for finding the surface area of a sphere?
V equals 4 pi r squared.
4 pi r squared.
A equals 4 pi r squared. They have 50 points on math. Klein now has a big lead of 135 to 15. Get in there, Westfield. Quotations is your next bonus. Here's a 10-point toss-up. West of the Appalachians, it's the smallest of the 48 contiguous states. Name this Midwestern state.
Westfield, Trev.
Indiana.
Indiana is the answer. 10 points. Westfield will attempt to sweep the quotations bonus. Listen to these quotations and identify the movie based on a literary work. For 5 points, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Gone with the Wind.
Sure. For 10 points, anyone who wants to get out of combat isn't really crazy, so I can't ground him.
Catch-22.
Right. For 15 points, what can you say about a 25-year-old girl who died?
Your answer?
That's from Love Story. Well, you picked up 15. World War II bonus is next. This is a 10-point toss-up in the field of music. This antiphonal piece represents what period of musical development?
Klein, Mike.
Baroque.
It's not Baroque.
Westfield, Trez.
Romantic.
No, that's from the Renaissance. For 10 points, young Hercules slew a serpent in his crib, but who in mythology slew the Midgard serpent?
Westfield, Matt.
Thor.
Thor is the answer for 10 points. And again, it's Westfield. World War II is your bonus. For 5 points, which of these World War II battles was not an amphibious assault? Normandy, Saipan, Iwo Jima, Battle of Britain, or Okinawa?
Battle of Britain.
Right. For 10 points, 1/3 of all the U.S. Marines killed during World War II died on which island?
Iwo Jima.
You picked the right one. Right. For 15 points, this famous general retired at age 58, but 4 years later he was recalled to active duty to serve in World War II. Yes, General Douglas MacArthur, right. And for 20 points and a total of 50, the Battle of Tobruk was fought in what country?
Libya.
Libya is right for 20 points, a total of 50. Westfield right back in the game. Our 60 seconds round has come to an end. When we return, these will be your 60-second round categories, contestants. Sunken ships, French, rhyming pairs, and skiing. Don't go away. Great bonus round, and at halftime our score is 100 for Westfield, 135 for Klein. Questions used on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge are prepared, provided, and authenticated by Questions Unlimited, Columbus, Ohio. Now, contestants, here's how we play 60 seconds. You pick a category, you get 1 minute to answer as many 10-pointers as you can. When time has expired, that's it. The second team may take a shot at any questions the first team misses. And if you get them all right, we'll give you a 20-point bonus. Since you trail Westfield, you're up to bat first. Matt, what have you decided?
Rhyming pairs.
Rhyming pairs is the subject. Start the clock. Here we go. If I said annex an African country, you'd say add Chad. Name these other rhyming pairs. Forbid the language of Madrid.
Spanish. Spanish.
Right. Krakow residents walks.
Polish stroll.
Say again?
Polish stroll.
Right. There's an effort on my part.
I try.
Right. Catcher's glove torn in two.
Mitt.
Add surcharge to World War II women.
Tax wax.
Right. A thin pancake wrapped around a Concord filling.
Pass.
A canary-colored musical instrument.
Yellow piano.
Attila's wordplay.
A Heinz pun.
Right. And finally, time runs out. We got 50 points for Westfield. A possible 30 for you, Klein. Identify these rhyming pairs. Catcher's glove torn in two.
Split knit.
Split knit, right. A thin pancake wrapped around a Concord filling.
Your answer?
Jelly belly.
No, but that certainly rhymes. Grape crepe. A canary-colored musical instrument.
Yellow cello.
Yellow cello, right. Okay, Klein, your turn. What category?
We'll try skiing.
Skiing is the subject. Start the clock, here we go. The T-bar, the chair, and the gondola are three types of which devices that transport skiers? Right. Skiers wear these in part to reduce glare and prevent eye strain.
Goggles.
No? What's the name for the light, dry snow that's ideal for skiing?
Powder.
Right. In the snowplow method of stopping, the skier brings the tips of the skis together to form what letter?
A V.
Right. The most basic movement in which type of skiing is the diagonal stride?
Cross country.
Yes. Name either of the two South American countries considered best for skiing.
Peru.
No? What piece of equipment attaches the boot to the ski?
Clamp.
No? In the most advanced and difficult turn, the skier quickly turns both skis at virtually the same moment. What is it called?
Hairpin turn.
No. The most direct route to the bottom of the slope is called what?
Paralleling.
No. And Mike Mastandria, was it 40 points?
40 points.
40 points on skiing. Westfield, a possible 50 for you. Skiers wear these in part to reduce glare and prevent eye strain.
Sunglasses.
Sunglasses, right. Name either of the two South American countries considered best for skiing. Argentina and Chile was the other. What piece of equipment attaches the boot to the ski?
Your answer?
Okay, that's the binding. In the most advanced and difficult turn, the skier quickly turns both skis at virtually the same moment. What is it called?
Pass.
That's a parallel turn. And the most direct route to the bottom of the slope is called what? Your answer?
Falling.
Well, I thought he said it, he didn't. The answer is fall line. Not falling. Okay, that's it for 60 seconds. When we return, we'll play the Stump the Experts round. Our fourth quarter score is 170 for Westfield, 195 for Klein. Contestants, we will now move into a series of rapid-fire Stump the Experts style questions until we're out of time. And we begin with a visual worth 20. One of the great portrait painters of his era, he created a distinctively American portrait style. One of his fine paintings is The Skater. Can you name the artist?
Klein, Mike. William James.
Incorrect. Westfield, want to take a guess? That's by Gilbert Stewart. For 15 points, if you earned the same dollar amount every year for 20 years, your nominal income has remained the same. However, that dollar amount will most likely buy you much less in the 20th year than it did in the first year. What term describes...
Klein, Neil.
Inflation.
What term describes income adjusted for inflation, Westfield? Known as real income. For 20 points, what Baltimore attorney and songwriter was Sam Houston's lawyer in his contempt of Congress trial?
Klein, Mike. Francis Scott Key.
Francis Scott Key is right. Good guess, Mike. Here's a 15-point math question. What would be the measure of an angle in radians if it is in the second quadrant of the Cartesian plane and the cosine of the angle is the negative square root of 3 divided by 2?
Westfield, Trez.
5 pi over 6.
Is right for 15 points. I have a 20-point question. This figure or mythic being is most invoked by the author at the start of most epics.
Klein, Neil.
Muse.
Muse is right for 20 points. An audio question now worth 15. This man served in the cabinet of which president?
I have a black, I have a woman, two Jews, and a cripple.
Westfield, Matt.
Reagan.
Reagan, right. And the man's name is James Watt. For 15 points, what was the first culture to combine singing and drama and to invent a system for writing down music?
Westfield, Matt.
The Japanese.
It wasn't the Japanese, Matt. Klein?
Klein, Carey.
The Egyptians.
No, it was the Greeks, the ancient Greeks. For 20 points, which San Francisco district was named for the semaphore station there erected in 1850? That was Telegraph Hill. For 15 points, here's a 3-part quiz about Oman. Wait till all 3 parts are given. A, what's the principal religion of Oman? B, though an independent state, what country's protection is Oman under? And C, what is the official title of its ruler, an absolute monarch? Get them all 3 right, and we'll give you 15 points. A, the religion. B, the country under whose protection Oman exists. And C, the official title.
Klein, Mike. Muslim, United Arab Emirates, and Emir.
No. Westfield, can you take it?
Westfield, Matt.
Islam, Great Britain, and a sultanate.
Is right for 15 points. Well done. I have a 20-pointer. Arrange these 4 historical figures into chronological order. Attila the Hun, Mohammed, Eric the Red, and Constantine the Great. Beginning with the earliest.
Klein, Carey.
Muhammad, Eric the Red, Constantinople, and Attila.
No. Westfield.
Westfield, Matt.
Attila the Hun.
No. Constantine was first, then Attila, then Mohammed, then Eric. A 20-point art question. Surpassing all other English landscape artists of his time, his color is splendid, brilliant, and often unrealistic. There is an element of mystery inherent in most of his works. The work you see is representative of his style. Can you name him?
2-minute warning.
2-minute warning has been given to both benches. Anybody know?
Westfield, Matt.
Prince Charles.
Klein? That's by Joseph Turner. For 20 points, identify the primary computer programming language used by mathematicians and scientists. It is...
Westfield, Trez.
Fortran.
No, it is named after a star in the constellation Perseus.
Klein, Neil.
Algol.
Algol is right for 20 points. A 15-pointer now. In what language did George I of England communicate?
Westfield, Matt.
German.
Wasn't German. With his cabinet, Klein.
Klein, carry.
Latin.
No French. He knew no English, and the cabinet members weren't fluent in German. For 20 points, identify the 6 words that precede "unto all the inhabitants thereof," inscribed on the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. Proclaim liberty throughout all the land, from Leviticus. For 15 points, in sociology, an exaggerated generalization used to describe a group is called
Westfield Matt.
Stereotype.
Yes, you're right, for 15 points. I have a 20-point music question. Name the composer of this dramatic legend in 5 acts. It was first performed in Paris in 1846.
Klein, Mike. Berlioz.
Hector Berlioz from The Damnation of Faust is right. I have a 20-point question. Identify element number 77 on the periodic table. It lies between osmium and plutonium and is often found in meteorites.
Klein, carry.
Cadmium.
Not cadmium.
Westfield, Trez.
Iridium.
Iridium is right. Here's a 15-pointer. One employs the ottava rima when performing acupuncture, going under hypnosis. Well, the last choice was composing poetry, and that was the answer, and the game is now over. Our final score is 250 for Westfield, 275 for Klein. The winner's Klein High School. Westfield, you played a good game. Klein, congratulations. You move along to the next round. Our next Texaco Star Academic Challenge competitors will be from St. John's and Elkins. I'm Chip Beal. We'll see you next time.
Join us again next Saturday when 2 more Houston-area teams compete on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge.